Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here. My name is Caroline Balinska. If you haven't watched any of my Facebook Lives or you haven't been part of my community, then it's nice to have you here. Happy New Year. It's already sort of more than halfway through the month, but it's fantastic that we're in a new year and it's a new start and it's a chance to make things happen in your business. So I wanted to put this together because one of the biggest problems that I see, I've been working with a lot of FBA sellers. So if you're selling on Amazon, if you're an FBA seller, then this is definitely for you. What a lot of people are finding, FBA sellers are finding, is that there's a few things going on with Amazon and people are getting nervous, getting a little bit worried about where they stand with Amazon. So they do want to make sure that they have got their businesses set up properly. And that's fair enough, that's what we need to do. So keeping all your eggs in one basket and only being part of Amazon is a little bit risky for some people, not for everyone, but for some people out there who are not feeling comfortable or confident with where they stand, then it's time to set up probably a Shopify store. We do recommend Shopify. It's quick, it's relatively simple to do, and it's probably the simplest option if you're just setting up a normal store. So we do recommend Shopify. So if you're in that situation now where you're sitting there and you think, okay, I have my FBA business running, it's very successful or it's becoming successful, but I do need to diversify, then it's time for you to start looking at other options. So one of the biggest problems I find is that people come to me all the time and they're an FBA seller and they come to me and they have either just set up a store or they're just about to, but they haven't done a few things correctly. And there's quite a few things that I can get into of what people do wrong. However, there's one major thing that people do wrong all the time. And I can't stress enough how important it is that you as an FBA seller understand this. The thing is, selling on Amazon and selling from your own website are two completely different things. I don't do a lot with people that sell on Amazon. That's one type of business. I've got some clients in that space, but I really specialize in helping people with their own Shopify store. And the reason for that is that it's unique in its own way. And there are a few things that you have to take into account. So recently I've had people come to work with me, they're FBA sellers, and they come to me and they're ready to, jump into it, and they might be making $10,000, $20,000 a week on Amazon. And then they set up a Shopify store and they expect those same results straight away. And they haven't actually done the work. So the thing is, the biggest problem that I see with people is that they come to a Shopify store and they just assume that the traffic's going to be there. And there's a really good reason for that, is because when you go to Amazon, the traffic is there for you. Yes, you have to do things to get that traffic. You have to do your keyword research properly. You can do ads on Amazon to get more traffic. But generally speaking, someone comes from, they're sitting at home on their computer or at work on their computer or on their phone, and they decide that they need to buy, a new pair of socks, and they go to Amazon, and then you're there on Amazon selling those socks. However, the difference is that when it comes to your own website, there's a lot of people out there looking at a lot of different places. They're already looking at places like eBay and Amazon, and then you want them to come to your website. And the biggest problem that I find is that what Amazon sellers don't realize is that when someone buys from you on Amazon, they're buying from a brand that they trust. They trust Amazon as a brand if they haven't been a client of yours, a customer of yours yet. So if they have never bought from you before, they are trusting Amazon as a brand to provide them with a service. Okay, you're the one selling it, but a lot of people still don't understand that concept exactly. So some people do, some people don't. But the thing is that if you're selling to people that are on Amazon, this is the same with eBay. This is not just an Amazon thing. This is eBay, this is Etsy. This can be multiple other different platforms that you could be selling from. But selling from those platforms, those platforms have built up a reputation. They've got their own reputation. They've got their own loyal customer base that buy from them. So people are buying Etsy on a regular basis. Will go to Etsy first to go and look for, a new pair of socks, or if they're looking for something for the house or a gift or something like that, they'll go to those platforms. So now what you're doing is that you're trying to get in front of people who have got a belief in a platform, in that brand, and you're asking them to now buy from you. So This is the thing that I see a lot of people do wrong. So the Amazon seller is selling on Amazon, they're FBA seller, and they are selling there on Amazon, making great money, and they are making a lot of sales. So then they automatically think, okay, well, my product sells 10,000 units a week normally, so I should be able to sell those 10,000 units on my own website. They go and create a website, Shopify website, or whatever platform it is. They create a platform, and then they might have the description correct. They've got beautiful images, because most FBA sellers do have great images. That's one thing that I don't have to worry about with FBA sellers, is their images most of the time. But then what they're doing is that they're asking people they're wondering why no one's buying, or they're directing traffic to their website and people are not buying. So there's people out there that will get you more traffic. And what you need to understand as an FBA seller at this time, you don't need more traffic on your own platform. Generally speaking, most of the time you don't need more traffic. You need a better conversion rate. You need a better strategy to get those people to buy from you. Because I can get you more and more traffic, but it just means that your conversion rates are going to be higher. And that's not going to help you long term. So what you need to do is make sure that you have got the website set up properly in the first place, that you're going to get more sales. So doing things properly, such as, okay, your description might be great, but what are you doing to prove that your brand is something that can be trustworthy, that people know that if they buy from you, that they're going to have a product delivered on time, delivered in the right quality, delivered in the right way. All of those things really matter. So one thing that FBA sellers I've seen do, and I don't like this strategy, and they do this all the time, is that they're doing really well on Amazon. They understand this concept that Amazon is, really good as a marketplace for the quality and the reassurance of the brand. So then what they do is that when they set up their own Shopify store, they put up all these banners saying, #1 Amazon seller, #1 Amazon seller. And they put all these up thinking that that is going to be what's going to fix this problem. However, it's not going to be what fixes it, because what happens straight away? If someone comes to your website and they want to buy the pair of socks, and then they see all these banners saying #1 Amazon seller, the first thing that they're going to do, I would do, is go, okay, well, I'm going to go find them on Amazon. Once they go to Amazon, you have lost them. So you've lost that person, because suddenly they're looking at other accounts, they're looking at other people selling, and then they start to go, okay, well, what's the best price? So offering banners on your website saying #1 Amazon seller is not going to be a great solution for you. You need to do other things to make sure that that happens properly. So this is one of the biggest things that I talk about with people. I talk about it in my free Facebook group, e-commerce Backstage Pass. If you go to Facebook and have a look, I've got some free training in the link there, because one other thing that I say is that getting the right people is part of building your brand. So yes, you have to make sure that your website has got the right information, that you've got good terms and conditions, that you show, quality assurance, banners, and anything that you can show. And for every business, it's slightly different. What can you do? Maybe it's videos, maybe it's testimonials, reviews, video testimonials. But then the other thing is building up a brand and building people to understand that when they do come to your website, that they want to shop from you. So Instagram is a great place for that. If you're selling on, if you've got an e-commerce store, then Instagram is probably the best place for you at this time. Not for every single business, but 99% of businesses can do really well out of Instagram and having an Instagram following. So by having Instagram set up properly and building that brand awareness and building up a good loyal following base can actually make you a lot of money. So I've got in the link there on the video, there's a link to my free Instagram training where I go through just bite-sized pieces of information every day for 14 days, where you can do one little task per day, because it's really about not overwhelming you, making sure that you're doing things properly, and you'll start to understand why. Once you do this properly on Instagram, you can do this on Pinterest, you can do this on Snapchat, you can do this on Facebook, Twitter, you can do it everywhere. But just understanding, and it really depends on your brand of what you need. But e-commerce as a whole, Instagram is a really good place for e-commerce business people. So try that out first, try Instagram. Now, if you don't have a Shopify store yet, that's okay, because with Shopify, with this Instagram strategy, you don't need to have a website yet. So if you're just in a position where you have your FBA store and you want to move into your own e-commerce platform, why not start building up your Instagram following now? So then when you are ready to launch your actual Shopify store, you can start sending people there. You can at the moment send people to your Amazon store, that's fine as well, but then build it up, so build up a following, so eventually you can send people to your own website. So I do recommend that for everyone when they're building any sort of business. Build your following first, because by having the followers, once you're ready to launch, you'll start making sales. And I did that in my own business recently. I had my Instagram account, building that up, and then I had vouchers for discounts. And then when I actually launched the store recently, I actually had people could actually go and buy. The link was there. They could go and purchase straight from the store. And that helped build up the momentum straight away. So try out Instagram. It's a really great way for you to make great sales, to get a great following, to get people to your website that are actually going to convert properly, who like your brand, who trust your brand because they've been following you for a while. So if you want more help with your FBA into Shopify business, please come into my free Facebook group, E-commerce Backstage Pass. Click the link in this video and come and watch come and download the actual training. It's completely free. It'll help you understand more about your social media. And I look forward to seeing you in my free Facebook group. Have a wonderful day and Happy New Year again. Bye.